Goldy Loxx here at Twinwood Festival. It's great to be here with Will from the Bevin Boys. You're playing later today, aren't you?
We certainly are, we certainly are.
How many times have you been to Twinwood so far?
Well, we normally play with the Three Bells, actually, so we've done like the main stage with those guys on about 3 times, I think. So this year we're here on our lonesome, just playing some hot jazz in a trio format, so come and have a listen.
But are you a lone wolf, or do you prefer to play with them?
Well, you know what, actually, it's nice to have them around, but I think, you know, we'll hold our own today.
Break
but
it out.
We'll have to hang out with them too.
So as a bit of a Twinwood veteran, how do you think this year is shaping up compared to others so far?
Well, do you know what, we've got the traditional rain, which is most important, I think. You know,
Don't tell them about the British...
No, it's great. You know, if you're coming to Twinwood next year, you know, just make sure you got a brolly as well as your two-tone shoes, and you'll be golden.
And we have actually just taken the sheltered spot, so people are kind of looking for where they can go. It's like, no, we're doing an interview here, so just stay out of our sheltered zone, please.
Absolutely.
Which is, you know, selfish, but that's what you do if you got a camera, right? Anyway, so who else are you looking forward to seeing this weekend?
Oh my word, do you know what? The thing is about being a performer, I never know what I'm going to see. I just wander around, but it's always good. So in the background, I don't know whether you can hear that, hark, but that is the Pasadena Roof Orchestra, you know, the world famous, you know, made in Britain, amazing band. And you're going to see all that kind of stuff if you come to Twinwood. You're going to see the very finest of vintage and retro bands in the world, actually.
Yes, and it's a wide range of acts, isn't it, from the 20s through to the 60s. So you guys have got kind of a very 40s sound, haven't you?
Yeah, that's right. Our kind of sound is a bit of an unusual one because, you know, you maybe think of the 40s and you think Glenn Miller, big band thing, but straight after the Second World War, small bands are really popular, and we play in the style of a band called the Ray Ellington Quartet. Now, a lot of people will say, don't you mean Duke Ellington? But no, I mean Ray Ellington, who is kind of the first band in Britain to have electric guitar.
Wow.
So it was kind of like a bebop mixed with swing, mixed with kind of a little bit of R&B, and that's kind of the sound we make.
It sounds like something you have to check out to understand. I want to talk to you about the name Bevin Boys and where it comes from, because it's to do with the boys of the war who were sent down into the coal mines, wasn't it? So how did you come up with that as a name to relate to your music?
Well, you know, actually doing a lot of gigs as we did with the Three Bells and on the 1940s scene, so many of the bands will wear uniforms, and that's kind of one of the looks. Whereas I kind of really wanted to have a completely, civilian band. And so when I was looking for a name, the Bevin Boys came to my attention. I thought, what an amazing story it was. These were guys that instead of being conscripted into the RAF, the Army, or the Navy, were basically forced to go down the coal mines to keep the country running. So, I just sort of thought that was a fantastic story. There were so many entertainers that were Bevin Boys, like Eric Morecambe, for example. So it kind of made sense to use that name, and there we go.
I find it interesting as well that it's quite a vital function, but they were often quite unrecognised because they weren't part of the military, so to speak of. So it's kind of, there's a nice side. I mean, do you identify with that they are very important? Perhaps you're not as recognised as you'd like to be?
Yeah, I think, no, it's crazy. I mean, I think the thing with that name and the fact that they were sort of unrecognised, it was only sort of in the noughties that they ended up getting a recognition in the form of a pin badge. And actually, it's interesting because next month we're actually playing for the Bevin Boys Association for the remaining survivors. So we're doing in Bexley Heath a kind of a celebration, a kind of big dinner for those guys, and we're actually going to be performing for the original Bevin Boys.
Wow. So you guys have been in a Pathé movie recently. Pathé movie, I need to say that properly.
Yeah, there you go. I'm never sure how you say it, but that's a pretty good go, I think. It is, yeah. So British Pathé.
Which movie was it?
We're in a film that's due to come out in October. It's called A United Kingdom, and it stars Rosamund Pike and Nicholas Lyndhurst and lots of other sort of quite famous British actors and actresses. And it's all about an African prince who came to the UK to go to university in Oxford. You can hear the rain in the background there, folks. It is torrential. We're going to be joined by some people. Hang on, can I have a look at your ice cream, mate? No, it's okay, don't worry. There you go. I got ice cream in shot there. There you go. This is good. Hey, tasty. There we go. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, I forgot my train.
Lovely weather.
So that's it. So yes, we are in a film, and it comes out in October. It's a really interesting story about a prince who came to the UK and all the struggles that someone coming from Africa in the 1940s would have had.
Anyway, I think that this might be the end of the interview, as it has got a little bit too rainy and everyone's just decided that our interview party is going to save them from the rain. So it's been delightful to meet you. Hopefully the rain stays away during your performance, and have a great Twinwood.
Right, ahoy there, folks. See you later.